Lenihan's third and almost certainly last defence of his WKA featherweight world title is staged before a huge partisan crowd near his hometown of Waterford. He says it's been really hard to get down to the featherweight division. He's had to more or less starve himself over the past couple of weeks, and he said he's felt particularly weak over the past couple of weeks or so as he prepares for this showdown with Mark Gravelle. Remember, Paul Lenihan in the yellow trousers hasn't lost a fight in 3 years. His last defeat was in Morocco to Khalid El Kwandali. That was for the WKA Super Lightweight World Championship. Long time since he's lost, and goes into this meeting his third defence of his featherweight crown. Very confident indeed. We're underway at the start of the first round then. Gravelle in the red trousers. Lenihan says it takes him about 3 rounds just to get going. He got a good left kick in there. That's a low kick by Lenihan, and under the World Kickboxing Association rules, that isn't allowed. Phony war at the moment. Gravelle's got a slight smile on his face, just teasing Lenihan to come forward. Lenihan responds with that left, but it didn't make contact. Solid left or right there rather by Lenihan. Good combination punching too by Lenihan, and for a man who starts slowly, he hasn't started badly at all. Last 10 seconds now of the first round. Nothing really to choose in these opening stages, just as you'd expect for two kickboxers with a good deal of experience between them. Something of a phony war then, right at the start of this Championship of the World. Lenihan managing to get in 1 or 2 kicks in that first round, but nothing that Gravelle couldn't deal with effectively. Most of those kicks he certainly blocked. Though Gravelle is the current British and Welsh kickboxing champion, his titles aren't up for grabs tonight. This man's title is Paul Lenihan from Waterford. This, the last defence of the World Championship at this weight. He'll move up to 59 kilos for his next fight. Our next fight will be in April, when he'll meet the Russian World Champion for the World Lightweight title. So the start of round 2, nothing to separate Paul Lenihan and Mark Gravelle. Gravelle in the red trousers from Haverfordwest in Wales. Nothing yet that Lenihan has managed to throw at Gravelle has got through. But Gravelle hasn't done too much either. Although he's got some defending to do here, Lenihan presses forward. No striking, of course, in those clinches. The referee, Stephen Connor, quickly in to separate the two fighters. I'm sure both fighters have in the back of their minds it's a long fight. 12 two-minute rounds it's scheduled for. This round two. It'll take a good deal of stamina. It's going to go the distance, and Lenihan just beginning to flex himself for the first time.
Come on, let's go!
Lenihan prides himself on having a very strong right uppercut. But he's been unable to get it going in that second round, which again was very even. Although Lenihan probably just edged it with one or two little flurries. There's a good little exchange here involving Lenihan, pushing Gravelle back onto the defensive. But Gravelle managing to keep Lenihan out. So the start of round three for the Featherweight Championship of the world. Paul Lenihan in the yellow trousers. Lenihan's getting his kicking going. Good front kick by Lenihan. Repelled though by Gravelle. Lenihan says that his style is to wait for his opponent to attack him and then hit him on the counter-attack. Lenihan just saw a chink in the armour then of Gravelle. Last 15 seconds of round three. Still not a great deal to separate these two, but Lenihan yet to get into his stride. Every round, Lenihan seems to just get a little bit stronger. Beginning to get a few combination punches together there, one or two kicks. Gravelle hasn't really managed to be able to attack Lenihan, as I think he was hoping he'd be able to do. So the start of round four here between Paul Lenihan and Mark Gravelle. Lenihan is beginning to get going. He got his left foot there in action. Roundhouse kick to the head of Gravelle. Now, can Gravelle stem the tide? some of that early confidence which Gravelle had on show in the opening couple of rounds seems to have been spirited away. Just look at a smile on his face though as he presses forward and lands that right kick into the flanks of Paul Lenihan from Waterford. Lenihan responds. In fairness to Gravelle, he's guarded his head particularly well and hasn't allowed Lenihan to find a way through with that left foot, which really is one of the strengths of the Waterford fighter in the yellow. You'd probably have to give that fourth round to Paul Lenihan. Round 5 then. Lenihan in the yellow. Opening punch comes from Gravelle. It's a good left.
Come on, Mark, you gotta work.
Lenihan really is a study in controlled aggression. Not prepared to dive in and commit himself and leave himself open for the counter-attack from Gravelle. And yet happy to drop his guard before landing a flurry of punches. Gravelle waits for Lenihan. Lenihan waits for Gravelle. And that's a splendid left by Lenihan. One of the few that's found its target. Certainly the two, Lenihan looks the stronger at this stage. Works as a coalman in Waterford, and it says it really has strengthened him up carrying bags of coal all day. Lenihan has reached a stage in this fight where he's on top, but he needs to step up another couple of gears if he's going to stop Gravelle inside the distance. Gravelle looks a very, very difficult customer. Suspicion of a low kick there by Lenihan. Gravelle just backs off. Slight stumble by Lenihan. I don't suspect he was knocked over there by Gravelle. That's 20 seconds then of round 6. Lenihan likes to counter-attack, and Gravelle isn't giving him the chance to do that because he's just standing off Paul Lenihan and inviting Lenihan to come towards him. And that's why we've got a lot of shadow boxing. That's why these two fighters have kept apart for long periods. A spin kick misses right on the bell. Lenihan knows it's hard. He just wants Gravelle to come forward a little bit more and allow Lenihan to get into his stride. We've had 6 rounds of the World Kickboxing Association Featherweight Championship of the World. Paul Lenihan in the yellow against Mark Gravelle at the start of round 7. Lenihan probably on top. But Gravelle just digging in and not allowing Lenihan the sort of freedom that he would want. This Lenihan's 3rd defence of his crown. Probably his last defence too as he moves up to the next weight division. Soon be fighting at 59 kilos in his next fight. Lenihan misses with a spin kick. Lenihan really one of the fastest kickboxers going in Europe, certainly this sort of weight. It's been as much of as Gravelle can manage just to keep him out, and he's done that exceptionally well. But here comes Lenihan now. And the bell came to the rescue there of Gravelle. Not sure either fighter heard it initially. So the start of round 8. Good left by Lenihan. It's easy to see how, when Gravelle said he was going to slow Lenihan down, what he meant. He meant standing off him, but he has Gravelle down here. The end could be very close for Gravelle. Gravelle says he wants to fight on, a compulsory count of 8. Lenihan smells success now. Tommy Lawler telling Lenihan a spin kick will do it. Lenihan moves up a gear, puts pressure on Gravelle, who has another 50 seconds to last of round 8. A right by Lenihan. Gravelle defends himself for all he's worth. The referee has to step in shortly. Gravelle just waited his turn. Hits Lenihan. Lenihan responds. Still 30 seconds of this round left. Gravelle shakes his head. This could be it. We're very close to the bell anyway. I wonder if Gravelle is going to carry on. There won't be any more compulsory standing counts. The most comprehensive round easily for Paul Lenihan from Waterford, the man they call the lemon drop kid. And in this round, Gravelle was really in trouble. Round 9, will it be Gravelle's last? Took 2 compulsory counts in round 8, and Lenihan smartly moves out and is still looking for the kill. Another thought-scrambling punch by Lenihan, and it'll be all over. And look at the wheels on the back of Gravelle. They tell their own story. The spin kick didn't find its target that time. To say Gravelle is on the defensive here is an understatement. He has him down for a 3rd time. That just might be enough. Gravelle comes up again. And the referee, Stephen Connor, allows it to go on. Gravelle looks very, very weak and very tired. He has 25 seconds of this 9th round left. Oh, he caught him with a left there. A combination of punches. Gravelle is down. The towel comes in from Gravelle. It's all over. Paul Lenihan successfully defends his featherweight championship of the world. A stoppage in round 9, and he remains undefeated at the featherweight division.